Good morning, students. I hope you are fit and fine. As always, we already revised two chapters. Today, we will revise History chapter number 1, How, When and Where. For detailed explanation and example, you can go through my YouTube videos. Today, we will focus on main points of the chapter. Okay, students? So, let's start. How important are dates? History is certainly about changes that occur over time. As soon as compare the past with present, we refer to time as before and after. For before time, we used BC. BC means before the birth of Christ, and for after we use AD. Anno Domini means after the birth of Christ. Okay, students? Then, how British historian in India wrote about their first Governor General Warren Hastings and last Viceroy of India Lord Mountbatten in dates. Which dates? Then, how do we periodize? This is very important point of the chapter. In 1817, James Mill, a Scottish economist and political philosopher, published a massive 3-volume work, A History of British India. Please remember this, A History of British India. And it is a very important book about history. In this, he divided Indian history into 3 periods: Hindu, Muslim and British. Other historians have also usually divided Indian history into ancient, medieval and modern. Now, next important point, what is colonization? British came to conquer the country and establish their rule and subjugating local Nawabs and Rajas. When the subjugation of one country by another country leads to this kind of political, economic, social and cultural changes, we refer to this process as colonization. So, for example, right now we are wearing pant and shirt, which is not our tradition and our culture. It's established by the Britishers and we still follow. Okay, now administration procedures and records, or administration produce records. In this topic we learn that British believe that act of writing was very important. The British also felt that all important documents and letters needed to be carefully preserved. Then survey becomes important. The practice of surveying also become common under the colonial administration. The British believe that country had to be properly known before it could be effectively administered. Now, what official records do not tell? They are official records. They tell us what the officers thought, what they were interested in. So obviously all the officers were Britishers, so their choices and their likes and dislikes mainly preserved in the records. Okay, students? Now our next important point is, what is archive? An archive is a collection of historical records or physical place they are located. Okay, students? Then next important point is, what is calligraphist? A calligraphist is a person who is skilled in good and fine handwriting. If your handwriting is good, then you can also become a calligraphist. Okay, students? Then what is survey? Fundamentally, a survey is a method of gathering information from a sample of people. Then next point is, what is census? An official count or survey, especially of a population. So here we cover all the main points of the chapter. For detailed explanation you can go through my YouTube videos. Okay students, bye, take care.